Okay, thank you for watching the first uh, two, two videos, which is the introduction, and the second video was just showing you how to do the registering and also talks a little bit about the profile of teachers and students. In this video, we'll be doing a lot on what we call groups. The groups is important because, say for example, you want to only communicate with certain people, say you want to communicate within your department or within a certain class or even within a certain class subgroups of students or even subgroups of department, say mother tongue department want to have another group for the ML teachers, CL teachers and TL teachers. So this is where groups actually comes in. Okay, for groups, you can create a group. So let me go through the slide first and I'll show you demonstration on the web page later on Edmodo. So for groups, creating our groups, like I say, groups makes it easy for teachers, students to communicate and collaborate with one another. Okay, and to do that, you have to click on the create button, which I'll show you later on. So once you've done that, they have a little dialog box here to actually ask for some basic information about the group. They have another one which is talking about the grades, which is what we have here in terms of level, Sec 1, Sec 2, Sec 3, Sec 4, so on and so forth. And what this group is all about, whether it is EL, humanities, or even D&T. Then once you've done that, this is where you will create the group code. The group code is a very important number, 6 alphanumeric digit, which will actually be the one that you will use to assign to your teachers or students to let them join into the group. Just like what I've done for you when you registered for the school group. So this is what it means. Then, of course, there is one way to actually create a group. In the recent upgrade version of Edmodo, they have come up with a second way of joining a group, which is by issuing a URL. Okay, so you can actually click on the request to join URL, which is on the right hand side over here. Then after that, once you've done that, they will give you a website address or what we call URL, and you can send this or even tweet this group URL to the teachers or students. So this way, there's no need for them to remember the code itself, but they need to remember the URL. So let me show you. Okay, let me show you quickly what it is before we move on to the locking and the reset. So come to this page here. Okay, let me go back to my home page. I was checking other things. Okay, this is what happens. Say for example, today I'm conducting this course, then I want to create a group. Say I should create. So I'll say Edmodo training group 1. Okay, you can click on the advanced option, which actually talks about whether you want to assign all members to read only. That means they can only read, they can't comment, they can't reply, or you want to moderate or post a reply. The grade here is a little bit confusing because it's an American perspective where they have, so it does not matter whether you want to choose whichever, it is not too important. You can either assign a grade or you can set a range of the grades. It is not too important. So let me see. Okay, because this is for teachers, so I put under higher education. Select an area because this is a training course, so I'll put under professional development. Okay, of course, professional development. Okay, I'll put it under Edmodo training and I create. So once you do that, they will actually create a 6-digit code. Once you have created a 6-digit code, then you can give your colleagues this code for them to join in. Say for example, I've created this D&T group, then you will find that once I've created, that it appears as a group name here. So similarly, I've created other subgroups like CPA, Edmodo, so on and so forth. Okay, once you have key information, this is what it looks like. You will actually have this particular dialog box that shows you the group code. In this case, group code is MS1QM7. Okay, so this is one way of creating. The other way, which I mentioned to you, is, or by the way, this is once you're created, you find the grouping here. Okay, so the other way is to request to join URL. So what you can do is click on the request to join URL. After you have created the group, you can do this method, and you can actually send, say, an email with this address so that other people can join in without the use of the group code. So this is how it looks like. So once you have created a group, what you need to do is you can start inviting people to come in. And say, for example, I have assigned a subgroup of students, say 4 students, and once 4 of them have actually came in and registered, I can actually lock other people from coming in. Say other students from trying to create troubles or trying to sign into a wrong group. So what you can do is to lock it by invoking the lock command. Or sometimes you want to generate a new 6-digit just to increase the security. You can actually use the reset option. So the reset option is for generating a new 6-digit code, and the lock option is to lock the group so that other people cannot join in. I'll demonstrate this to you now. So say this is say there are enough people joining in, so what I can do is to lock it. So once I've done this locked, when you go into this group, you find that you can't register in because I've already locked up for any participants to join in. So the other one is to reset. This will actually change the group code. So now you realize that the group code has changed. So this is what I meant by the locking and the reset. Okay, so this is what I've discussed just now. When you registered for or you create a new group, you need to set some information. For example, the group name or the grade level or things like that. So you can also archive the group. Say after you have used this group for a long time, say this is a group for your class, and come to the end of the year, you can actually archive this group. Okay, this will render the group inactive, but still you can view all the communication information that you have generated throughout the year. So say you decided, okay, this group no longer function because all of them has graduated and you don't need information, you can actually delete the code from here. So the archive and the delete groups are under here. Okay, so this is called the settings. The next one is you can also manage your group by having the advanced setting, which I've shown you just now in the example. You can actually set all new members to read only, which it means that new members will not be able to post to the group, but they can actually just read the posting that has been shown. Or you want to have moderation for all posts and replies. So by selecting this option, it requires you, the owner, to approve all posts and replies before they are being published. So this is a little bit restrictive, but if you want to have more control, you can actually do this particular settings. Okay, you can also manage your members. Okay, what you need to do is to click the manage here, and to manage the members of the group, then what you can do is you can manage them. Remember this one I say you can have them to be read only or contributor, or the other functions like the parents function here, which are not explained in this training. All this can be done under the managing of the members. Okay, so what do you manage in the members? Okay, you can delete the members, can remove them, or say these students or this student has been creating lots of trouble, you can actually remove them, and also, or you can award members a badge, or you can change, say they have problem with the password, you can change the password, or you can retrieve the parent code. You can actually communicate with parents, which is not covered in this training, and or put them in the read-only mode, or you can even look at the profile of the students, or you can even search for your members. This can be done under the manage of the members. Okay, let me go through some of these things which I've mentioned just now. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, so say for example, I'm going down to the D&T groups you have created, so I can manage. So when I click manage, I will see who are the members inside. So you realize that you can select all of them, or you can select a certain members by clicking on the name itself. So by clicking on the name, here's Madam Souls, you can rate his profile. You can, okay, this is profile. She did not write much profile. Okay, you can assign whole teacher or the read only, which I explain later, or you can remove this participant from this group. Okay, so these are some of the managing itself. You can set all that as read only, or you can generate some other things which are not covered in this part of training. So this is the managing part of the groupings. Okay. So say for example, like I mentioned to you, say you are the mother tongue department, you want to subgroup your teachers, say the ML, the TL and the CL teachers. So this way you can do the create small groups, or even for your students, say you have a grouping of 4 students per class, so you have 10 subgroups. This way you can do the creation of small groups. So once you have created small groups, you can also manage some of the small groups, the informations later on. So if you can add, you can always remove members to the small group. Okay, which I'll demonstrate to you later on. And like I say, you can have read-only status. Read-only status means that they can read, but they cannot pose. Okay. Okay. Let me show you the create small group. So the create small group actually is, say, okay, for example, this is the main group, D&T group. Say I want to group by level teachers. I can have a level, lower sec. So I create. I can create, so once I create lower sec, say for example, lower sec is only Miss Guo and Miss Chai. I can just bring them in here, or if you think you have made a mistake, you can always exclude them. So this is how you select them. So once you have done that, you have created the small group. Okay, so go back to DNT, say you want to create another small group. See here, now I have lower sec. I want to create another group called upper sec, and you can do the same thing. Say for example, all these teachers, in fact all of DN teachers are upper sec teachers, I can assign them. So this is how it looks like. Okay, once you have created the assignment, okay, you can rename the group itself, or you can archive or delete them if you find that it's no longer relevant. Say I'm going to delete here because this is just an example. Okay, I'll delete the upper sec grouping too. Okay, so this is the creation of small groups. Let's go. So this is the part where those in training today, you can try to create a group. Proceed to create a group of your choice. Say you want to create your department or subject areas, and try to add members to it. You can either do it by the creating groups, by the code itself, or you can try by using the URL methods. So once those of you who have created the groups, you can try to create a small group and see whether you are able to do this part of the task. Okay, so that marks the end of the grouping video. In the next part, we'll be going on to the posting, how to post certain messages or lessons or materials. So thank you for joining me for this particular video. We'll continue in the next one later on.